When you understand this psychology, you will never be controlled by women again. You can't force attraction. But you can create moments that make her think about you when you're not there. If you've ever been stuck in this feeling, you're always the one who texts first, always you. You wait for her reply like you're waiting for a sign of life. And when she finally responds, the words are short, cold, and different. You ask yourself, what did I do wrong? But the truth is more painful than that. It's not that you did something wrong, it's that you left no mark in her mind. You were present too much, to the point where your presence became invisible. This is something most men are afraid to face. The more you try, the more she pulls away. The more you care, the more she takes it for granted. Not because women are bad, because human psychology operates on very cold rules. And when you don't understand those rules, you get controlled without even realizing it. The problem isn't what you say. It's not smarter texts or more complex flirting strategies. The problem comes down to one simple but brutal question. When you disappear, does anything change in her? If the answer is no, then you're in a weak position. From that position, you will always be the one being led. Psychology calls this the 3 core elements of attraction: presence, scarcity, contrast. Presence is not about showing up constantly. It's the feeling you leave behind when you're no longer there. Scarcity is not pretending to be busy. It's when your life actually has enough value that it is always available to her. In contrast, is the clear difference between you and the men who are always available, always waiting, always accommodating. When a man has no scarcity, he becomes background noise. There's no contrast, he blends in. And when he fails to create presence, he gets forgotten. That's why she doesn't remember you. Not because you're not good enough, but because you're not defined enough. In this video, I'll show you the core psychology that causes women to unconsciously control men who don't understand this game. And more importantly, how you step out of that passive position, not with tricks, but by building real value and internal self-control. If you've ever felt like you're being led in a relationship, keep listening. And if right now you recognize yourself in what I just said, leave a simple comment. I get it. Let's talk about a feeling many men experience, but rarely admit. You start with hope. You believe that if you care enough, if you're present often enough, if you're always there when she needs you, one day she'll see your value. But the opposite happens. She replies slower. She cancels plans more easily. She knows you'll always come back, no matter how she treats you. And from that moment on, control is no longer in your hands. You find yourself analyzing every message, wondering whether to reply immediately or wait. You're afraid that if you stay silent, she'll forget you. But here's the paradox. That fear of being forgotten is exactly what makes you predictable, replaceable, and easy to control. She's not manipulating you with words. You're being manipulated by your own need for validation. Psychology is very clear about this. Humans don't value what's always available. Our brains are wired to notice change, absence, and contrast. When you're always present, you don't create any emotional signal strong enough for the brain to remember. You become the default, and default never creates desire. This is where scarcity comes in. Scarcity is not the silent treatment or disappearing to manipulate emotions. Real scarcity comes from having a life so full that your time and energy are limited. When you're willing to drop your schedule, your work, your goals, just to wait for a text, you're resending a very dangerous signal. There's nothing in my life more important than you. And her brain translates that into, he doesn't have much value. Next is presence. Presence isn't about the number of messages, but emotional impact. A man with presence is someone who leaves a gap when he walks away. That gap makes people think. But if you're always there, always responding, always available, there's no gap. No gap. No thinking. No thinking. No longing. And finally, contrast. Women meet countless men who are willing to do anything for attention. When you act like them, you disappear into the crowd. Contrast appears when you're the one man who doesn't react in predictable ways. Not cold, not arrogant, but calm. You're not pulled up and down by her emotions. Don't need her attention to feel valuable. So what's the solution? It's not a trick. It's a complete restructuring of your position. Step 1. Stop using her reactions as the measure of your self-worth. Whether you feel good or bad should not depend on whether she replies. The moment you do that, you hand control of your emotions to someone else. Step 2. Build a life that's genuinely busy and meaningful, not fake busy. Have clear goals. Discipline your body, your career, and your personal growth. When your life fills up, scarcity appears naturally. Step 3. Communicate from choice, not need. You talk to her because you want to, not because you're afraid of losing her. Your tone, rhythm, and energy change completely when you don't need her to feel complete. Step 4. Be willing to walk away. This is the hardest step, but also the strongest. A man who isn't afraid of loss cannot be controlled. When you truly accept that you're fine, even if she leaves, you take your power back. When you apply these principles, something strange happens. She starts paying more attention. Not because you do more, but because you do less, with more clarity. And most importantly, even if she doesn't come back, you still win, because you're no longer a man being led by other people's emotions and attention. When you understand this psychology, one thing becomes very clear. You stop reacting on instinct. You stop rushing to prove your value. You stop chasing mixed signals. Most importantly, you stop letting women, or anyone, control your emotions and behavior. Let's lock in the core lessons. First, attraction doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from self-control. When you control your time, emotions, and direction, you naturally stand apart. Second, scarcity is not a tactic. It's the byproduct of a valuable life. When your life is full, your presence becomes selective, and that's what creates attraction. Third, presence is created when you're willing to leave at the right time. The man who leaves a gap is the man who makes people think. Fourth, contrast appears when you stop behaving like the crowd of men willing to trade their self-respect for attention. And the biggest lesson of all, you don't need women to feel like a man. You build yourself first, and respect and attraction follow. When you put your life first, you don't become selfish. You become reliable. Because a man with an internal foundation is someone others can lean on, not control. You might be thinking, if I change, will she come back? That question shows you're still looking in the wrong direction. The right question is, if I don't change, how many better versions of myself will I keep losing? The moment you choose growth, you've already won, no matter who stays or leaves. If this video made you reflect on how you've shown up in relationships, hit subscribe so you don't miss content that builds real masculine strength. And leave a comment with the keyword SCLF control if you commit to no longer living in waiting mode or being led again. Strong men always begin with a quiet, decisive choice.